Pro with that much performance, it happens in an instant. And of course, if you want to make it look really dramatic, you also have a sunset mode. Everything changes. The light on the buildings, the light on the subject, as well as, of course, the sky that you notice. So we are introducing this for the first time on the K20 Pro, the AI skyscaping. And of course, one more thing that Mi fans have loved, we're adding 960 frames per second slow motion. And at 960 frames per second, obviously what you see is a lot more. And along with that, you get 4K UHD recording at 60 frames per second. Now this is slightly different because all three cameras support 4K, not just one. You know, for the people who take videos, that is an ultimate expression of creativity. And by limiting you to just one lens, I think we will be holding you back. And that's why we made this exception. So whether you want to go closer or you want to take an ultra-wide shot or just the regular, you get 4K 60 in all three. In fact, our team did exactly that. So they went out to this amazing state of Kerala and shot this video, all shot on the K20 Pro. Take a look. And that's the power of having all three lenses and the ability to use all three really well. You get results like that. So moving on, from a camera perspective, we also have Google Lens built into the viewfinder for the very first time. So when you've got your camera open, all you need to do is long press on the thing that you want to detect, and Google Lens will automatically detect it. It's again a first for the K series. So that sums up the camera, or my third philosophy, which is incredible camera. So you got a 48 MP AI triple camera at the back. So you got a 48 MP IMX 586 along with an 8 MP telephoto and a 13 megapixel ultra wide. You have AI skyscaping, you have 960 frames per second, you've got 4K video recording on all three lenses, everything that you want from a flagship. And of course, for the first time ever, we've got a pop-up camera. It's a 20 megapixel pop-up camera with, again, all the AI enhancements that you expect from a Xiaomi flagship. Now, coming to the fourth part, or the fourth philosophy of what makes it a flagship, and that is probably the most important one, is having no compromises. Zero compromises on a flagship, which is really hard to find these days. First one, of course, is no compromise on the battery. You have a 4000 mAh large battery. And this, combined with a 7 nanometer chip and an OLED panel, gives you incredible battery life. And on top of that, we've added even more software optimization. So you have a dark mode, you have dynamic power mode, everything else coming in, giving you almost 2 days of battery life with the K20 Pro. And there was one more ask along with battery, is how fast can it charge? So happy to announce that the K20 Pro will come with, or will support, a 27 watt sonic charge. We'll talk about the sonic charge in a bit. But what this 27 watt sonic charge does is in just 15 minutes, it'll give you 10 plus hours of 4G VoLTE talk time. So incredible when you really need that power on the go. Of course, in 30 minutes, it goes all the way to 58% off of 4000 mAh power bank. The next no compromise that I want to talk about, and this is something that has plagued flagships for almost 3 years now, is slowly all the flagships have suddenly decided that none of the people need a headphone jack. Well, the K20 Pro thinks otherwise. We have the headphone jack here. And the headphone jack does much more. Because it is a flagship, it is a high-res audio certified headphone jack. It's got a DAC, and the music on this sounds absolutely incredible if you've got the right drivers for it. Now, not just from a headphone perspective, but even the speaker has been enhanced. It's a larger 0.9 cubic centimeter large speaker box with smart PA. That means it's louder and clearer than ever before. All of it coming into the K20 Pro. We've added one new thing as well. For the first time ever on any of our devices, we are also introducing dual band GPS. So it supports both L1 and L5. The advantage obviously is more accurate positioning and navigation, especially when you're driving around and you get to this circle which has 5 roads and you don't know exactly which right you have to take. This accuracy really starts making a difference. One more thing that we've not compromised is on splash proof. It comes certified by P2I. In fact, we said let's not test it ourselves, but we sent it over to our friends over at London. Let's see what they had to say about this.
Hey, I'm Richard, Head of Applications at P2I in the UK, and today I want to talk to you about our flagship splash-proof technology. When Xiaomi reached out to us and explained their vision towards creating a flagship smartphone, we started working on a solution that gives your phone an unrivaled lifetime protection. Splash-proof technology helps with repelling any liquid that comes near, which ensures that your smartphone is fully protected. We brought our flagship splash-proof protection together with Xiaomi's improved hardware design, which we have verified here in our UK labs, so that your Redmi K20 or K20 Pro is truly ahead of the curve.
So that sums it up. The 4 key things that you need for the Alpha flagship. You need flagship performance, and with Snapdragon's 855, along with the LPDDR4X, our second generation game turbo and our 8-layer graphite cooling, you get exactly that. You get an amazing Aura Prime design. You've got 3 colors as well as Corning Gorilla Glass 5, both in the front and the back, and along with that an aluminum frame. You've got 48 MP AI triple cameras, giving you incredible results, whether you want to take it on 48 or if you want to go ultra wide on the 13 or really go close with the 8. And no compromises on hardware, charging speeds, headphone jack, spill proof, everything that you want in a particular flagship. And to sum it all up, we've got an amazing product video. Let's play that, please. So that's the K20 Pro. Now today we've got one more device in the family. We are kickstarting the K series, the K20. Now with the K20, unlike a lot of other brands where they have a huge difference between the Pro and the non-Pro variant, we decided to keep the experiences as close as possible. Right? It is definitely for a slightly different group, but we didn't want to compromise on all the latest and greatest things that we've got. So the K20 also comes with this incredible Aura Prime design. It looks stunning. It has the same three colors of Glacier Blue, Flame Red and Carbon Black. It also has Corning Gorilla Glass 5 both in the front and the back, and that aluminum chassis that blends in with the glass. It also has a Horizon AMOLED display. It is a 6.39 inch, and this also supports HDR content along with the DCI-P3 color gamut. It also has an in-screen fingerprint sensor. One change that you get from the K20 Pro when you go to the K20 is we've used Qualcomm's Snapdragon 730. Now this is the latest 700 series chip from Qualcomm, built on an all-new 8nm process, and overall getting you a lot more powerful experience even in the premium mid-range. In fact, Qualcomm 730 is the third most powerful chip from Qualcomm ever, after 855 and 845. So it is actually no slouch. If we compare it with, say, a previous generation 700 series, the gap becomes huge. Almost a 40% jump over the Snapdragon 710. Of course, the 710 we had introduced with the Mi 8 SE last year in May, so things have to obviously improve quite a bit from then on. Another thing with the K20 is you still have an amazing 4000 mAh battery, and you will have an 18 watt in-box fast charger. It supports up to 18 watt. No change in terms of the camera configuration. You still have an 8 megapixel telephoto. You have a 48 megapixel Sony IMX582 sensor and a 13 megapixel ultra wide, giving you incredible shots like this. Or if you go close, you also have amazing macro shots coming in. And with the same camera config and with the same lens config, you obviously get amazing low light images as well, like this one shot on the K20. Now this one's obviously very hard to capture because all the light is coming from the back, and this does an incredible job. So the K20 overall, no change in the experiences. You still get a super fast Qualcomm Snapdragon 730. It's the latest in 700 series, giving you a new Cryo 470 architecture. It's built on 8nm. It also supports the second generation game turbo that we spoke about, so you get enhanced gaming. You have a large battery with an 18 watt fast charge. You have the same Horizon AMOLED display, that beautiful 6.39 inch edge-to-edge display, no holes, no notches, and with a 7th generation fingerprint sensor built right in. Support for HDR, support for DCI-P3, and of course covered with Corning Gorilla Glass 5. Moving on to the cameras, you have a 48 megapixel IMX582 sensor. Again, a half-inch sensor giving you incredible results, combined with a 13 megapixel ultra-wide and an 8 megapixel telephoto. You have a 20 megapixel pop-up selfie. This also goes through all the quality checks that the K20 Pro does. And you have obviously the incredible looking Aura Prime design with the 3 colors coming in. This also has a 3.5 mm jack, and it also supports the high-res audio. So pretty much no compromise even if you're moving from the Pro to the K20. Let's look at overall product video for the K20 as well. Thank you. So we had the K20 Pro, the Alpha flagship, and a K20 which shares so much of the experiences of the K20 Pro. Now for the next part, I'd like to call Manu back on stage, and of course you know what it's all about.
Okay, so we launched two new devices, the Alpha flagship Redmi K20 Pro and Redmi K20. So what should be the price of these devices? Now, before we go there, let me just talk about the pricing and manufacturing of flagship devices. Typically, the local manufacturing in India of flagships is very tough because they use very high-end sophisticated components, and it's very difficult to manufacture them here in the country. And that's why you see other flagship devices, and you see a huge price gap between their international pricing and their India pricing. For example, OnePlus 7 Pro sells in China at around 45,000 rupees, the highest end variant, and in India at about 53,000 rupees, so 8,000 rupees higher. iPhone XS Max, of course there's no comparison, right? 79,000 versus 1,24,000. And that's only because most of the components, either the phones are imported in India or majority of components are imported in India. Now with Redmi K20 Pro, we are making all the devices here in the country. And 65% of the phone is locally sourced. So yes, we will get all these tax benefits on 65% and we'll pass it on to our Mi fans. But yes, we will still have to pay taxes and import duty on remaining 35% and also on some of the raw material of this 65%, right? So we'll try and keep it as low as possible. Now for K20 Pro, we were debating on which variants to launch. We also did a poll yesterday. And we believe for K20 Pro, which is the Alpha flagship, majority of people do not want 464, do not want 4128, even do not want 664. So we're launching only two variants, the top two ones, which is 6128 and 8256. Only the best for all our Mi fans. Now, before I go to price, these are really, really great flagship devices. You get best of everything. You can compare it with OnePlus 7 Pro, Samsung S10, iPhone XS Max. It has AMOLED display. It has Snapdragon 855, the fastest processor in the world. It has 48 megapixel Sony IMX 586 camera sensor, 20 MP pop-up, glass body, 4000 mAh headphone jack, almost every single thing that you can ask for. And if you look at the 8256 variant of these flagship devices, OnePlus 7 Pro at 53,000, Samsung S10 does not have a 256GB, it has 8GB, 128GB variant at 62,000. iPhone XS Max does not have 8GB, it has 4GB, 256GB at 1,24,000. And then we have Redmi K20 Pro. So the 8GB, 256GB variant of Redmi K20 Pro is being launched at 30,999 rupees. And the 6GB, 128GB is being launched at 27,999 rupees. So this is Redmi K20 Pro for you guys. The Alpha flagship starting at rupees 27,999 only. On Redmi K20, we have two variants, 6GB, 64GB and 6GB, 128GB. This is probably one of the best mid-premium devices. Snapdragon 730, which is 40% faster than predecessor 710. It is the third fastest chipset in the world from Qualcomm. 48 MP AI triple camera. It is Gorilla Glass 5, while many other devices use plastic. It is 4,000 mAh battery. And the 6GB, 128GB is being launched at 23,999. And The 6GB, 64GB is being launched at 21,999. So this is Redmi K20 for you guys, starting at only 21,999 rupees. Now, few other things. Every single unit of Redmi K20 and K20 Pro will come with a ultra premium hard case inside the box. This is a similar case that we gave with Mi Mix 2 and all our Mix series. It cost about 500 rupees, and every single phone will come with this hard case inside the box. We have one more variant that we haven't spoken about, and this is the variant that we teased yesterday, and we are calling this as a signature edition. Now, this is made of pure gold. This is not gold coating. This is not just any small layer of gold. It's actually made of gold, and it is diamond studded, as you can see in the bottom. And I'm carrying one of these phones with me. So we'll have very few units. Of course, this is made of real gold. So we'll only have 20 units of this phone being made in India. And just the cost of making this phone, the cost of gold plus diamonds plus making charges is 4,80,000 rupees. We haven't finalized the price of this one, at how much will we sell it. We haven't decided the process in which we will sell these devices. But probably if we were to price it, we will give the hardware, the non-gold hardware, for free. Which means we can actually launch the device at just 4,80,000 rupees. So, when can you buy Redmi K20, K20 Pro? Now, many of you guys gave us feedback that you do not like flash sale and you would want us to do something better. And I completely agree. So, we have been setting up a lot more factories so that everybody who wants to buy our devices can buy them easily. And so, for K20, K20 Pro, we came up with a new mechanism called as Alpha Sale. And happy to share that 70,000 people participated in this. And this is incredible because this is not like any other blind sale. People actually paid money to be part of this Alpha Sale. These are paid orders. So for all these 70,000 people, they can complete the transaction today, starting 8 p.m. on me.com and Flipkart. You can also redeem your 855 rupees coupon. And for all your Alpha users, people who have put their faith in us, who paid 855 rupees even without knowing the specifics or about the price, we have something special for you guys. We are going to give a 2,000 rupee cash back to all the Alpha users if they use an ICICI Bank credit card. And for you, Mi fans, who could not participate in Alpha Sale, there is one last chance. You can go to Mi Home tomorrow, which is 18th, and you can get the same cashback offer across all Mi Home stores across the country. Now, everybody else, where can you buy Redmi K20 and K20 Pro? So the first flagship that we launched in India was Mi 3. And this was sold on 22nd July 2014. At that point of time, we only had 10,000 units because a lot of people told us that Xiaomi can never succeed in India. Like nobody even knows how to pronounce the name Xiaomi, right? So why should somebody come and buy a Xiaomi phone? So we had 10,000 phones because we had 10,000 followers on Facebook. We said, these 10,000 people will at least come and buy our phone. And on that day, the first sale day, this is what had happened. Flipkart crashed for the first time in the history of Flipkart. About 500,000 people turned up. It seems a small number today, 500,000, but it was a massive number at that point of time 5 years ago. And to buy these 10,000 phones, about 5 lakh people or 500,000 people turned up. So we just think 22nd July is a great day for us. So the first sale of Redmi K20, K20 Pro is going to be on 22nd July across me.com, Flipkart, and Mi Home stores, and soon it will be available across all our offline stores. Now, we also have a special offer for people who have not participated in Alpha Sale. We will be giving 1,000 rupee cashback if they use ICICI Bank cards. We're also introducing the 27 watt. This is something a lot of you guys asked for. So inside the box, you get an 18 watt charger for both Redmi K20 and K20 Pro, but you can buy a 27 watt Sonic charge adapter from me.com. and this we are launching at rupees 999. Is it incredible?